It has been an absolutely crazy week for Bitcoin. We reached a brand new all-time high of $72,000. So the bull run has definitely set in. But now the big question is, are we going to see a bit more of a correction on the shorter time frames before we continue upwards? So let's dive into today's video to find out. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jess, and as the channel name suggests, it's all about crypto, trading, and technical analysis. So if you're all about that or you'd love to learn, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Alrighty guys, so diving right into the short time frame charts on Bitcoin, we can see here that all-time high. So the deviation high is at $73,300, and then we had those candle closes at $72,100. We also had CPI data come out last night, so year-on-year inflation was just a tiny bit higher than we expected, just like incrementally barely, and then month-on-month inflation was exactly as the consensus was. So overall, that is pretty neutral to bullish news, especially considering the growth that we've had in the asset market lately. The fact that inflation wasn't like explosively higher than we expected is generally a good sign. So the narrative hasn't changed in terms of macroeconomics. We should still be expecting interest rate cuts at some point later this year, and obviously interest rate cuts are good for all of the risk asset market, Bitcoin included. Going back to the price action, so taking a look here, we can see that with that deviation high and those candle closes, we have formed a new short time frame level of resistance. So if we break above, first of all, that candle close at $72,000 and that deviation high, we get a candle close above here, we know that we are going to be continuing upwards. We also can see that from this test of $73,000 and that rejection, we found support within this range here, and that is at $69,000. So that is our previous all-time high. So that's obviously super important, guys, because not only have we broken above our all-time high, our prior all-time high, but we've managed to find support on that level. So we found strength at that $69,000 level to continue back upwards. So even though it looks like on the short time frame here, we are slowing down a little bit, overall, that is really good to see. The levels that Bitcoin is currently retracing right now are showing massive signs of strength. Now, if we take a closer look at this most recent correction, we can see that it actually forms our third validation point for a very strong short time frame uptrend. As you guys can see, the level of support is on this, this range here. So this is that bounce, and if we connect all the circles, we get our short time frame uptrend. So the reason why the short time frame uptrend is so strong is because of the levels that it coincides with. So if we take a look at where the price is right now and our key level of support, we can see that our uptrend coincides perfectly with that $69,000 level. So for all intents and purposes, we're above a level of support, we're above an uptrend. What should we keep doing? We should be continuing upwards. Hey guys, I'm just really quickly interrupting the video to tell you guys that today is the very last day to get your hands on a discounted membership for Jess Does Crypto VIP. The results for last month of VIP are in, and we took a total of 22 trades with a total profit percentage of 656% and a win rate of 86.3. Don't miss out on gains this next bull run and sign up to VIP now by clicking the link in my bio. Now, so if you guys have been a part of the channel or you watch my videos for a while, you would know what's coming next. So let's take a look at the RSI. Now, obviously, we know what the price action is telling us face value, but generally I like to take a look at RSI, its momentum indicator, just to tell me that the narrative that we're seeing on the price action is matching what's happening behind the scenes. So taking a look at the RSI, what can we see? We can see two main trend lines. So we have our short time frame uptrend, right? So that's obviously good. It's a sign of strength. We're gathering momentum as we increase in price. But we can also see that from these two peaks here, so this very first test of $69,000 and our test of $72,000, we've actually formed bearish divergence. So that is our downtrend. Now, what it means when we see these two trend lines converging together is that at some point we are going to reach a decision point. So either the uptrend or the downtrend is going to take control. So in the circumstance that the uptrend takes control, as we approach this level of resistance, we will break through $72,000 or $73,000, this deviation high, and continue upwards. So we will invalidate our bearish divergence and the short time frame downtrend. On the flip side, if we continue along this uptrend and we reject from the $72,000 or $73,000 level, we will likely fulfill this downtrend here and break down from our short time frame uptrend and go through with the correction that this bearish divergence is telling us to have. So in that circumstance where the bulls fail to take control of the narrative, what are the levels that we might potentially see? So obviously, if we get that rejection now, we have that $69,000 base of support. But depending on when that rejection ends up happening, we might also lose our short time frame uptrend. So in that scenario, when we correct to our nearest base of support, which is $69,000, first of all, we can expect maybe a 4 to 4.5% drop, and then potentially a consolidation sideways, where we continue rejecting from the $79,000 level or even potentially form lower highs between this range, and we will continue correcting until we break through this short time frame downtrend and form a new trend narrative. If we continue rejecting below $69,000, what we'll end up doing is entering back into our macro range of support. So if we hop over onto the weekly chart, we can see it here, and that macro range of support starts at $65,500 and ends at that $69,000 level. So if we go back below 69K, we'll end up re-entering in that range. And so when we do that, the largest correction that we'll have if we fulfill this bearish divergence pattern is $65,500. The reason why I say we're not going to go below that is obviously, support is support until it's not. So already we're assuming that we're losing $69,000. There's really no reason to assume that we're going to lose a macro level of support, particularly because it is a level of support developed by our previous all-time high weekly candle close, so it should act as a pretty strong level of support here. And even if we do go down to 65,500, things are still looking really, really bullish on the macro charts, right? Because if we take a look at what's really happened here, we formed a high, that's this one here. We've gone back down, we formed another high. Now, if we go back down to retest any bases of support, if we test that all-time high base of support, that is still really, really good, because then what's going to happen when we form that base of support, when we test that base of support, we're going to continue higher. And then that next move upwards, when people sell again, where are people going to buy? At that previous all-time high, right? So it's just going to continue upwards in that way. And if we do test this as a base of support, that's fine. It's really just healthy consolidation, price action, etc., etc. Now, on the flip side, pretty obvious, if we invalidate this bearish divergence pattern completely and we just continue upwards along this uptrend, we'll end up breaking above $72,000 and that deviation high at $73,000 and continue on with our price discovery. So that's everything I have to say on the short time frame price action of Bitcoin. But before I end the video, I just really quickly want to go over to the macro charts. So just recently we had our weekly candle close above this level here at $65,500. And we know that just from the short time frame price action that we just discussed, the maximum correction that we should get from that weakness that we're seeing from that $73,000 level is a correction to $65,500. So essentially what that means, if we apply that forward to this monthly chart, we have pretty much secured a monthly candle close above our prior all-time high monthly candle close. So that is at $61,000. And if you guys don't know the significance of that, really quickly, let's go over to BLX and you guys can see every single time we get that monthly candle close above our prior all-time highs monthly candle close, we essentially secure this next stage of just parabolic behavior. So the peak of, I guess, bull run behavior, right? We can see it over here as well. We have our monthly candle close here for that all-time high. Moment we break above that on our monthly chart, we have that parabolic behavior here. So if you guys remember an old video I did a ratio analysis on these prior all-time highs of Bitcoin. If you guys watch that, you would know the moment we get this monthly candle close in 19 days above $61,000, we essentially secure a minimum move to $100,000, something like that. On that note, I think I'm going to end the video there for today, guys. If you enjoyed it or you learned something, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel down below. And if you want to see more of my content, I do have a free Telegram channel where you guys can sign up for daily Bitcoin updates as well as crypto and economic news. If you're a trader and you want 15% off your trading fees, sign up down below to BitGet and BingX. They are two of the world's top 10 exchanges, and BitGet is available to everyone outside of the US and Singapore, and BingX is available completely non-KYC and worldwide. That's everything from me, so I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye!